For the first time since the start of the war in Iran, President Trump gave a live primetime address last night. Scripps News Group's chief Washington correspondent Joe St. George breaks down what we learned about the end of the war and those painfully high gas prices.
President Donald Trump once again reiterating that the war with Iran may be nearing its end in his first primetime address to the American people since Operation Epic Fury began. But the president also emphasized that the conflict is not over yet. In fact, it may escalate in the coming weeks.
Tonight, I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone.
President Donald Trump addressing the country in a primetime speech Wednesday night, indicating that Iran's military has been decimated, but that the U.S. military may intensify its attacks on Iran before any conflict is officially over. He did not explicitly say whether he would or would not put boots on the ground.
We are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages.
While the president did not announce any new policies related to lowering gas prices, he did emphasize how the U.S. is not as reliant on Middle Eastern oil as other parts of the world. Still, the national average for a gallon of gasoline remains above $4 a gallon. President Trump has claimed oil and gas prices will fall once the war is over and is calling upon countries of the world to soon take control of the Strait of Hormuz, where typically 1/5 of the world's oil passes through.
Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have.
Following the president's remarks, oil traded up internationally. The markets were down, perhaps a sign that investors were not necessarily pleased with what they heard regarding the end of the conflict, as well as the Strait of Hormuz. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.